I saw a poll, pick one second-year quarterback for the next 5 years, retweet for Trevor Lawrence, like for Justin Fields. Obviously, people like this want the likes and the activity versus
likes always win.
Yes,
you're never going to get more retweets. No. You could put Mahomes versus Zach Wilson, and you're going to get more likes
because no one's going to retweet more than they're going to like. So instead of just putting a poll, which Twitter has, you can do polls. No, that's not what they wanted. They want an interaction. So Justin Fields dominated 6,000 likes to 240 retweets for Trevor. So Justin Fields blew him away.
That's like
so
5%.
I replied saying polls exist, and I did the poll. Lawrence Fields. I got absolutely ratioed. Over 2,000 votes. Fields is winning 64% to 36%. And I just don't buy it. There's no way that if this was an anonymous, which it is, but if this was an objective poll, that you'd have to take Jags and Bears fans out of. Obviously, this is all probably just Jags and Bears fans. Bears fans are all over the country. Jags fans, there's not a lot of us. So I think that's what happened in this poll. If you polled the whole NFL fandom objectively, especially after the last few weeks, I know Fields running and getting fantasy points by running is exciting to a lot of fans, but there's no way objectively that Fields would be winning this poll, let alone winning it in this margin.
You're giving a lot of credit to, you'd have to poll actual people that watch football, not just inbreds that are scrolling and voting on something. Obviously, they're going to pick Fields because of the blackness of the quarterback.
Oh, I was going to say fantasy points and running.
Or that too.
You looked at me expecting me to say something. I was confused.
No. But I just think you're expecting too much out of the culture because people just don't give a fuck about the Jags like we do. So they're going to vote against us all the time. There's no winning this.
Maybe I don't know what I was thinking when I posted that.
Maybe even if we have a winning record, we still probably wouldn't even win that poll.
I would take Trevor. And I think I'm not a fan of either team. I like the Jags, but I think I'm pretty objective. The question you posed to us here, Fields or Lawrence for the next 5 years? Was that what your poll say? Just
that's what the poll said on Twitter.
Okay,
but just give me what quarterback do you want going forward?
So I think the time frame is important here because
Fields could get hurt.
Right. I think as a runner, he's gonna, like, we see running quarterbacks put themselves at risk, like Cam Newton fizzled out quickly. I love Lamar. I don't think he's gonna last very long. I think in the next 4 to 5 years, it's close, and I'd still take Trevor, but I can see the argument for both. Beyond that, Lawrence just definitely has a lot more longevity just because.
Right. I think Lamar gives Fields an advantage because people look at Lamar. Yeah, he's not super accurate, but
right,
the way
he's been successful. He's been a league MVP.
Yeah. Like I don't think Lamar's ever going to get them to the Super Bowl unless they have like a absolute lights out defense one year, or an absolute stud at wide receiver one.
They never do.
Because they never do. Because I just don't. I think in the playoffs, when the defenses get that much better, accuracy is so important. I just don't think he has that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd rather him or Fields than like an average quarterback that is average at throwing, or good at throwing, but provides nothing else. I think the running ability wins you regular season games. So I can see how it's close, but there's no way. Even, I know I'm biased, but no way that I would ever go Fields. Eric?
And everybody's just thinking about Fields' last 3 games where he's been running for 40-yard touchdowns.
Yeah, and you'd think that seeing Trevor's, and that's where I think the fantasy football players are voting.
They're not seeing Trevor.
See the last 3 games of Trevor, like, come on.
They're not watching Jags Raiders.
Fantasy skews everyone's opinion. Like, Austin Eckler, I love him on my fantasy team. He's like not a top running back. Like you could say he's a bottom half of the league in terms of talent at running back. He just catches a ton of passes. That's why everyone loves him.
Yeah, I can assure you the poll voters are not seeing Trevor's ascension from the Broncos game and the Raiders, Chiefs, and Ravens games.
Right.
But they only know the Fields stats because he's
scoring 40
highlights.
points. Yeah.
He's on the highlight shows. Trevor's not going to get on highlight shows for how his improvement has been the last 3 games.
He did this week, though.
Yeah, this week.